Welcome back everybody to yet another episode on Kobe MC Photography's channel. I'm Kobe Mercury Clark, been a photographer for quite a number of years, and today we're going to talk about another feature in the Pentax K-3 Mark III. Sorry if I keep looking around because I keep hearing stuff out in the middle of the wilderness here. Anyway, we're going to take a look at one of the features of the Pentax K-3 Mark III, which is the user autofocus. There's been some questions as to what exactly does this do. It seems a little confusing at first until you really start to play around with it and figure it out. Basically, it's just a shortcut to get to your most used autofocus settings. So once you've actually set it up, you can actually just toggle through all your various autofocus modes by using the third dial. So basically, say if you're out and you're shooting wildlife and at one point you need autofocus hold, AFC in full auto, and then you want to switch it to zone with autofocus hold off, you can set all those parameters and just quickly scroll through all the different settings. So we're going to look at setting that up, and that's it. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go into your smart function settings, and that is in menu C2, and once you're in there, it's also the second option. So you go into the smart function, and in here you see I have user AF. Now press info, and then you can change all the various parameters of what you want. So you have your autofocus mode, you can choose single, continuous. So let's change this to single autofocus mode. Say if you're shooting something that you think is going to be stationary, and then you have your autofocus active area. Let's change this to select and hold autofocus status. Well, we don't think it's going to be moving, so we'll leave that off. Now go back out of the menu and say, just in case you're not sure if it will be moving, then you want to change this to say autofocus AFC, just in case. You're not sure where it's going to be moving, so just leave it at zone select and autofocus status on low. And for the third one, say if it's something that's going to be completely and utterly erratic, but you want to be able to pinpoint that one autofocus area, so let's just leave expanded large, autofocus hold status, let's put that to medium. And then once you exit the menu entirely, now you'll notice when you do use the smart function, let me just unlock the lens here. Okay, so when you do use the smart function, you'll notice in user autofocus, I now have those exact parameters. I have AFS and autofocus single, and autofocus small, and then over here I've got autofocus, whoops, let's see here, it's actually kind of hard to show this without looking in the viewfinder, but anyway, I've got autofocus, so I've got AFC, I've got zone autofocus with autofocus low, and then the next one is AFC with expanded select autofocus large with autofocus hold on medium, which is the one down here. Now you can press the green button to go to your default parameter. So the default is always the very, very first one that you've selected. Now I'm currently shooting in TAV, right? So let me go into my actual user mode here. And I think this is where some of the confusion comes in. So let's go into the smart function. Now over here you'll see it doesn't look the same. I don't have the same options. I don't have the user autofocus modes in here. You have to remember, whatever mode you're actually in, whether it's manual, TAV, aperture, shutter speed, or your user modes, each one that you set is a custom mode. So don't confuse the user auto mode with your actual saved user settings. They are not the same. You can save it to your user setting, but the user autofocus is literally a custom quick menu in order to get to what your preferred autofocus settings actually are. So once again, go into smart mode. Oh, it's moving. Okay, let's quickly change that. Okay, done. Now it's changed. So you can see now it's in AFC with autofocus hold. And whoops, go down one more. And now it's AFC, autofocus hold medium. And let's go back. And now it's AFS with no autofocus hold at all. So that is the whole premise of the user autofocus settings. Again, do not get that confused with saving a custom user shooting mode in the U1, 2, 3, 4, 5 settings. They are actually separate functions. You can set up the user autofocus in any of the modes you want. If you want, you can actually save that to your custom user mode, U1, U2, U3, U4, U5. But other than that, it's basically just a quick toggle. It'll take some time as you go out and shoot and notice things that you're switching back and forth from, for example, AFC versus AFS, autofocus hold on, autofocus hold off, zone select, zone, auto select, whatever you want to call it, zone, period, and select autofocus modes or spot. You can actually set all those parameters up and just quickly toggle through all of them. So that's pretty much it. That's what the user AF mode actually is in regards to the Pentax K-3 Mark III. I know it's been confusing. There isn't really much documentation on it. I don't know. But anyway, I spent some time really digging into it to try to figure it out so I could make this video to try to help you guys out. And I know I've been tripping over my words and stuff. As you can see, it is hot like no tomorrow. It is so extremely humid. I need water and I forgot to bring some. Don't do that. Always make sure you bring water. Stay hydrated. Be safe out there. And yeah, remember, in photography, you always want to invite the light. That's it for this video. If you like the video, leave a like. If you haven't already, please do subscribe. Helps me out. If you'd like to support the channel, I leave that information at the bottom of the description. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below and you will see me on my next video. I'm out.